this party started because we have a lot to do during this call. So I'll just start with so much praise. I want to praise everybody for getting home. Nate, Septi, Chewy, and all the people who had finally made it home this week. Back to off of Paris. Still reeling off of all the Paris stuff. So it's I'm sure it feels really good to be home. I want to praise Sem and who else? Paulo and Fabio and Fabio's friend and who else? Well, obviously Santi and the artist who made the NFT and nft.tecommons.org is super cool. Really, really cool to see the top 10 contributors to the hatch will get NFTs. And of course, I want to give major praise to the two people who contributed $100,000 to the hatch. That's super cool. And everybody else who has made it, who contributed to the hatch. We're halfway to goal, so that's super exciting. And with that, I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey, wait. Do you want?
Yeah.
Hey everyone. Okay, cool. I want to praise everybody who's been doing Hatcher outreach and trying to get extra people putting tokens into the TC. So Griff, Eduardo, Livy, Zepti, Wonka, Santi, Tui, Mount Manu, Nate, and all these people who are in this last call, and also all those people who came to this last call just to hang out. It was really nice just to connect with everyone. I missed you all so much. I want to praise Ivy for all her work doing the Twitter and also for sharing around the Hatch token swag stuff. I want to praise Marco for the new Figma design for the common config dashboard. And just like everybody who's been working in Params, Griff, Vitor, Marco, Mitch, Nuggin, and just like everything they're doing to contribute to that whole greater picture. And with that, I'll pass it to Nate.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, I want to praise Griff for all the work you did in Paris. It was really amazing. Great talk as well. I want to praise Tam and Julie for all the coordination, and Chuga as well, Katie, for all the coordination they did on the groundwork in Paris, which is just really awesome, making sure everybody was taken care of and got home safely. I want to praise everybody who's donated to the hatch. The two big contributors are such a huge push for people to get active. I want to praise Chewy for all the comms work and finally meeting you in person, and everybody else that I got to meet in person in Paris, which is really awesome. So I will pass it to Edu.
Thank you, Nate. I want to dish praise to Tam for taking well-deserved vacations and holidays. I want to dish praise to Septi for finally making it home. I want to dish praise to also Septi, Livy, Cliff, and Craig, who has been helping with the outreach. I want to dish praise to Nate for meeting in person, as well as Chui, Juanca, Santi. Well, I already know Santi, but I will put him on that praise too. Griff, Tam, Suga, and so many people that probably I will miss from this list. I want to actually dish praise to Angela for she was always like around our group and always like giving feedback to us in Paris. So dish praise to her. And that will be all. I will pass it on to Livia.
I want to praise Zaptimus for being so consistent with his work and for always wanting to help. I want to praise Anna Marie that brought really great and needed questions to SoftGov this week and made great blog posts. I want to praise everyone who contributed to the dashboard because it's looking amazing. Just a sneak peek Griff shared, it's like really, really incredible. I want to praise Tam for taking vacation, for taking it serious, her time off, and for not being here today. And I want to praise Katie for pushing the community blog post, even being in the middle of a fire situation in Montana. And I want to praise Chewy for doing like extra work to organize comms so he can take time off. And I'll pass to Mateo.
Hey guys, happy to see you all. I want to praise everyone that I got to meet in Paris as well, especially the ones that are still getting better from COVID and that got it. I want you to feel better, guys, for real. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Also, Chewy, thanks for the awesome info that you brought about the situation that is happening on regarding the source code. That was cool. I want to check on that. I'll pass it to Juanca.
Thanks, Mateo. Well, I want to praise Grief because it was an amazing experience and he led us all going to Paris. I also want to praise Acid Laser because he's been collaborating a lot and contributing with some designs and also for the YouTube channels and for Gravity. I want to praise Nate for this book that he gave to me, and I was reading it, and it's very good about organizational identity. And I really agree with some of the thesis of the book. I also want to praise Chewy because he was working a lot so that a lot of things were worked in Paris, and also Julie that she was very caring for all of us. Okay, and I will pass to Lauren. Ya fue.
Oh, I already went. Do
Okay,
you want to pass to someone else?
okay, I will pass to Nugan.
Nugget, are you there? No? Then let's go Acid Laser.
Thank you, Griff. Hello, everyone. So I would like to praise Septimus for his help with the YouTube channel, and Juanca for keep involving me in Gravity, all the stuff. Ivy, Shui, and Mount Manu for their contributions in camps, and Shui because he deserves some vacations. And I'll pass it to Septimus.
Oh, thank you, Laser. I want to display to Ivy. We had a work session today and we audit the credentials. And I also want to display to Livy and Nate because they both facilitate all the people who have access on Gatebook and Medium. I want to display to Acid Laser because like the YouTube channel now is looking so great. Like it's very amazing. All these designs are so cool. I want to display to Edu, Griff, Tam, Livy, and Dan for reaching out to people. And I also want to give praise to Dan because he's doing a lot of work on the trusted seed, but we don't usually see it. And I was close to him all this time, and he's working so hard. And I also want to give praise to the forum post crew. Like you guys nailed it. Like Manu, Lauren, Mitch, Nate. I don't know who else. Probably Nagen. Yeah. Thank you guys. This is looking so great. And I'll pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Septi. I want to dispraise Juan Carlos, especially for letting me in the second day of the conference with his ticket from his girlfriend. I also want to dispraise Tam for getting me on the ride back home after the party, the Ledger party. I was a little tired and Subway was not running. I want to dispraise everyone that was involved in that NFT page, starting from the artist, and especially Sam, because we had the art, but he came to the idea of setting up this sort of ranking and showing up this way of deciding or offering the top 10 contributors the NFT, and of course everyone that contributed to the page and Marco for the design. I also want to, of course, dispraise all the hatchers, Griff for all his leader and all his work during the trip, and of course the three ones that made the trip beautiful, which was Kate, Tam, and Julie. And I'll pass it to, let me see, who's here? Dan.
Oh, I can try and go quickly. Are you guys praising? Nice. I'm just back in the Gibbon house, so I want to praise everybody that stayed here before Paris. So Septi, Sam, Paulo, Juan. I mean, you left the place beautiful as you found it, so that's always praisable. And I want to praise the hatch work that Eduardo is doing, and yeah, man, that's cool. I really want to help a little bit more today. Anyway, and then a bit of scatterbrain, so I'll pass it back to Grave to pass it to somebody.
Sure. How about Nuggin? Are you around? No? Oh man, yeah, your mic's not working. You're unmuting, but we can't hear you. Feel free to interrupt us with sound if you keep trying and it works. But until then, I'll throw it to Gideon. Your first chance to give praise in a community call. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
There we go. Cool. Well, actually, Griff, one goes to you because that talk, the talk you gave, that sparked some real interest for me. So, and it really resonated with some of my experience. So, and then I guess the other one would go to Jeff Emmett, who spent a bunch of time with me on a call and just helped me kind of walk through all the stuff you guys are doing, and I love it. So, yeah. I don't know really who to pass this to, so I'm going to pass it back to you, Griff.
I got it. I got you. Chewy, did you go yet?
No, not yet. Thank you, Griff. I'd like to praise Manu because we had a long call today with really, really exciting stuff and ideas that we have for the Comms DAO. So I'm very happy that how everything is turning out. I also want to dish praise to Livy and Katie for reaching out like in a more like personal level and for their advice and their help. I really, really appreciate all of this, and it's going to make a huge difference in the amount of time that I take off. I also want to dish praise to Ivy, Acid Laser, David. They've just been so great lately, and I just love the initiative that they are taking on a lot of com stuff. Like seriously, major praise to you guys. You guys are heroes. And the last praise to Santi for helping me educate myself on the Catalunya conflict. Thank you very much. I'll pass it to let's see. I think I was last. XM3 maybe.
Maybe can introduce myself, but I actually haven't been really active. I just quite recently stumbled on this community, and I quite like. I mean, I've been in other communities, and I quite like. So maybe this is a praise to you all, how active and engaged you are. So that's what I would say. But I don't know. I just saw there's a community call, and I think it's really interesting what you guys doing. And so I thought I hop on.
Yeah, thanks for joining. And Nuggin, one last chance, man. No, we miss you, Nuggin. We'll get your voice eventually, man. Oh, nice, yeah. And I guess that's where I'm going next anyway. Let me pull out this slideshow that we like to play with. Welcome to the community call. Oh man, I even lost the slides. There they are. Sorry guys, I was editing at the last minute. Thank you guys for all the praise. That was so much fun. Don't be afraid to dish praise whenever you can. Nuggin right now, he doesn't have a voice. Sometimes you can't make it to the Thursday call. This is why we have this awesome Discord channel. You can find it in our Discord. It's just right above this. It's like TEC. It's just called Praise. Has the little hands, that are like bowing, and you can dish praise whenever you want. Although there is a little bit of onboarding. So if you try to dish praise and it doesn't work, because we didn't give you the praise giver badge, and so just talk to any of the stewards. Almost half of this call, and we can hook you up with a praise giver badge and just tell you like, yeah, you'd hit ! praise and give you a couple other sage words of wisdoms. And if you really want to double up, we have a Telegram channel too. if you join the t.me/te praise Telegram channel, then you can also get praise in there, and it's really easy if you join to receive praise. Another thing that I like to start this community calls with is just reminding everyone that we have this awesome gravity group that is here to make our relational fabric like strong, and like we're talking like Kevlar here, you know. So, but to do that, we need everybody. We need everybody to help us out. And if you see some kind of awkwardness in the community, let's try to catch it early. You know, if you see somebody's getting someone's name wrong, it's fine. Like, fill out this type form and just tell us. And we have a whole team dedicated to just catching the small little annoyances early so that they don't spread into something bigger. And another thing that keeps our organization flat is the advice process. And this is something that is very common in flat organizations, but it's not generally known. And generally, what we do is to make decisions, to make it easy so that people can make decisions, we just have a cultural practice of advice process. Before you finalize your decision, go talk to the people that will be affected by the decision, and talk to the people who feel like experts on the topic that you think might have some expertise here. If you make sure that those people know that you're thinking about about your decision, then and they give you some advice, then it'll be easy. All the people that need to know will already know that it's happening, and they'll know who to talk to. And then also, if one person tells you one thing and the other person tells you another thing, you'll know that there's already a conflict here, and you'll be able to address why you're going with one side or the other before the problem just sideswipes you later. Of course, you don't have to do that for like every decision, but for any big decisions, it's a great idea. Okay, so and of course, the last thing, the hatch is open. If you guys haven't contributed, definitely join. Go into the hatch.tecommons.org. If for some reason it's not working for you, we have a hatch party tomorrow. I'll look up the time and say it during the Params section. But you can come to the hatch party, and we can get you into the Trusted Seed, show you how to get wrapped X die, help you participate in the hatch however you need. We just had a great party. Actually, everyone who came, we just listened to music and talked, and it was fun. It's like a party without alcohol, and it's great. So yeah, and with that, actually, because Tam's not here, I'll kick off the working group section for the community stewards. In general, you know, our work here has been a success. We got launch ready for every single working group. So we launched, and we have the hatch up. We do sprint planning every other Friday, including tomorrow will be the start of this next sprint. And now we're starting to move towards like, how do we as an organization actually, and working groups, actually start getting funding from the commons, what's going to happen next now that we've hatched. And of course, we have to finish the hatch. We still haven't reached our main goal. So we'll be talking about what we need to do for that. If you guys want to come tomorrow, it's a 2-hour call, and it's on the calendar, of course. And it's the end of this sprint break, because during Paris and all of that, we kind of just took some time to be disorganized. And now now tomorrow we're getting back into it. If you want to be a contributor, if you don't know how to get started, definitely find Suga in the Discord and DM her, or message in the general channel, hey, I want to be involved, and she'll probably reach out to you. Yeah, you can tell us your secret talents, and we'll get you looped in. And with that, legal working group, I don't know, Santi, if you have any updates, but you know, it's your time to shine.
No, thank you, Griff. Not too much. We canceled last meeting because we were in Paris, and we're gonna have next one tomorrow. Of course, everything is ready for the hatch. We finished that long ago, and we're just gonna, catch up and see what we should be focusing from now on, especially after the hatch is over. That's about it. So if anyone wants to join us, it's gonna be tomorrow at 4 p.m. European time. Everyone is welcome. And I think it's Gravity next.
Blanca?
Yeah, I was having trouble with the mic. Yeah, we have our weekly call after this one, so everyone is invited. I am just finishing preparing it, and The big announcement that I would like to make to all of you is that we have a date for the Graviton training, and it's the 21st of September, and we will have 10 sessions ending the 23rd of November. And I think this will be a great Graviton training. I am working with Acid Laser to have like an infographic invitation. So I will spam all of my Discord servers, trying to have like participation from a lot of communities into this training. And I also want to emphasize that if you want to and you fulfill all the training and you claim all the POAPs, you can be a mediator in disputes of that arise in communities. But also, this training is not only to become a mediator, but it's also a training for contributors, so that we can make a better community by preventing conflicts. And also, it's very important to apply nonviolent communication, to understand and to be able to receive feedback, to understand the importance of authenticity in this kind of organizations, and that no one here is like a robot, and it's normal that we all have like feelings, needs, and different moments of our lives. So it's important to have like the backup of everyone in the community. And in the Graviton training, we will be talking about this, about the importance of the agency that we have, about the importance of how can we support each other and make a better community of humans, and not only like an organization around work, but some place where we can feel like a family and supported and comfortable by collaborating, and also by the rewards that we gain from being in these communities. So yeah, everyone is invited. And as Griff said, if you see anything or if you feel that you need some kind of support, you can just fill the gravity type form, and any of the gravitons would approach to you trying to give you a hand. And with that, I will pass to Hatch Outreach.
Thank you, Juanca. So basically, in How to Outreach, we have outreach around 200 people from our list. So if anyone on this call hasn't received a message, either it's because you already knew about it, you already funded, or maybe you skipped the list and I didn't see you. So if that's the case, please send a message. Also, if you already sent funds to the Hatch, we have airdrop one swag token. Please claim your token. Eve and we are reaching everyone, but feel free to exchange the swap token for your swag, your special edition TEC Hatch t-shirt. And it's a cool t-shirt, so I encourage you to try it out. There you go on the screen as Griff is showing off. And so that's on that side. Also, we will resume, hopefully, the TC Scouts, which are a bridge for the community, the TEC community and other communities. So if you have any other community that you think may be interested on collaborating with us on proposals, or a project that just want to have a conversation with us, let me know so we can sort of tend that bridge towards them. And yeah, that's pretty much all. If you have any questions, if you see a bug on the DApp or anything, we have a channel called the TEC Hatch on the Discord, or you can send me a message to me or to Tam. So I will pass it on to Livy.
Thanks, Adu. Yeah, not so much happening in SoftGraph this week because we really took the time to reorganize ourselves after this break. And a lot of this came from like needed reflections we were needing to have. Anna Marie wrote 2 really great forum posts one of them, DAO's a good fit for all. So she questions how the spaces we are creating are welcoming, like how people can jump in and participate. What are the skills needed? Are there personality traits that are needed to participate in this type of communities? And this is a forum post of a room she hosted in the unconference that we had in Paris. So definitely worth reading it and adding your input to it. And then another one that came out of some conversations that we were having too, a culture of self-organizing small teams and sharing the responsibility. So how are we evolving our org dev? Do we have, do people in the working groups have autonomy to be their fullest, to contribute with what they want? Are stewards being bottlenecks for things to be done? So all of these questions started to come up, and I thought it was an important moment to slow down a little bit and take a look at it. So I started to reorganize the SafGov Zen Hub board to have the Zen Hub as the focus of the meetings, of the SafGov meetings. So people can create their own issues. And I created a few issues that have no owners right now. So if anyone wants to go there and take them, or see that you want to collaborate with something in SoftGov, I don't know if that link is oh yeah, okay. So yeah, all of them that are labeled SoftGov, you can go to GitHub or to ZenHub, and then that link will take you to most of the SoftGov issues. And I'm also happy to chat if there's anything that people need help. But yeah, we're just looking into ways of promoting more of that ownership. And last thing is that we have a snapshot now for the TEC. So we don't have any immediate decisions needed to be taken for people to experiment with it. But Nate is also looking into Boardroom. That is another tool we can bring into our general organization. So if there is something you want to try on and submit a proposal to Snapshot, go ahead, feel free to do it. And last, we have orientation calls every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Europe time. They're great for who is coming, just to solve all the questions and take a look of all of the, what is the TEC. And with that, I'll pass to Zaptimus.
Oh, thank you, Libby. My microphone was not working. Can you go on the next slide? We are promoting the advice process and provide some transparency. So one of the ideas that we had on the last transparency call from Juan, we decided we could talk more at what is going on the advice process every week. So yeah, as Libby mentioned, DAOs a good fit for all, and market data and transparency around common pool and the power of defaults in the common configuration dashboard. That's our topics right now, like the more updated ones. And yeah, also to get more engagement with the community, we also were thinking it's interesting to join the planning sessions of the with the stewards, and if you see some issues you could take on, just do it. And also if you are more creative, for example, as Laser, so oh, this YouTube channel is cool, but you know how it's going to be cooler? I'm going to make some design, and then he creates the issue and he just do it. Yeah. And then for the updates, we were working on the today with Ivy. We were doing some we audit the credentials, and yeah, we needed to update some of them, and our goal is to do it every 2 months. And yeah, the designs that as Laser made, they are so cool. Yeah, check it out. And with that, I'll pass it to Omega.
I've been to the last Omega call yesterday, and it's really great how the conversations are like going deeper and deeper into like what is ethical decision making, and what is how is to be a token engineer, what are all of the fields that you can participate in. And Durgadas was sharing a lot about frameworks for the decision space. So before you start getting to a point of making decisions, what are all of the thought processes and the questioning that comes before that. And yeah, just really great conversations about ethics and philosophy in the token engineering space. And it's led by Shebden and Letty, who usually have other calls in this time. So that's why we continue to do the some port updates. Next time I'll prepare a little better to share something more accurate. And I'll pass to YGG is also not here with labs.
I can always take it. I'm a good backup. I can make something up. Yeah. So actually, if you want to dive deeper into like the classical token engineering, a lot of what we're talking about, the focus of the TE Commons is the cultural build. So you'll hear us talk about like more of the social side of token engineering, because economics is a social science. Throwing that out there. So that's what you hear a lot about this. But then there's the classical token engineering, making Python models and like actually like coding stuff up in CAD, running agent-based simulations. That happens too, right? So, and YGG is an amazing teacher. This happens Fridays in the morning West Coast time, 6 p.m. CET. You don't want to miss it. They have like we're kind of starting over with this proposal inverter spec and modeling. It's been a work in progress for the last I don't know, maybe 4 months, and we're starting to code it up. So I think if you are interested, you definitely in that. The idea of the proposal inverter is that instead of having one proposal for every DAO, right, you actually make a proposal and all DAOs can see it and fund it together, and kind of create more interoperability between DAOs. It's a very critical piece of infrastructure as we want to evolve our system. So, in our systems as a whole. And this is Curve Labs and Block Science are participating in that, and YGG will likely be coding it up. And also there's these token spice classes. Many of you may have heard of CAD, an agent-based simulator tool that's more general purpose. Token spice is specifically made for all the needs coming out of the ocean ecosystem. And so if you want to be learn more about how to use token spice to model your token economies, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day at 6 a.m. CET, evenings West Coast time. Especially Asian-friendly time zones. This is a great opportunity to dive in. And with that, I'll pass it to Comms.
Thank you, Griff. So in Comms, we've been on fire, and we're still gonna be for some weeks. So please, if you have an interest, if you're into design, or if you are into just like developing any kind of campaign, please come forward. We could use your help. Right now we're working in a bunch of just content. The after movie for the TEC conference is actually live. I just uploaded it to YouTube, so hopefully we'll catch it in the end by the end of this meeting. We also have a lot of pictures and really nice photography that we're gonna be using in our social media, and we're gonna be uploading to a drive to for everyone to have available pictures. There are some really nice and warming stuff there. We also have the hatch animation video, which hopefully will be done first time tomorrow. We have the after movie for the DAOists that we participated in with a lot of other sibling communities. And we are intensifying our campaign around the Hatchbot NFT. So yeah, please, if you feel that there's anything that you can contribute in, we have our content workshops other than our working group, so that you can come and talk to us. And we're also starting to talk about the Comms DAO and some projects that we would like to put together, like mid and long term. So these are really like exciting conversations, and yeah, there's a lot going on. So please feel free to come close to us, and we can definitely uh, put all of the efforts together. And with this, I'll pass it back to you, Griff and Params.
Yeah. Oh, my mic was open. That's great. That makes it easy. Yeah. So Params, we have a 4-hour hack session every Sunday, where we are always working on forum posts, and the main focus right now is the commons the commons configuration dashboard, which is super cool. And I have to give you guys a little spoiler into it. So I already showed off last week the learning section, and now we're actually getting into like designing the economy and being it so that it's our economy, our choice, and we all get an opportunity to design our favorite model for the economy. And so this is the first section, which will be the token freeze and token thaw. So we as a community, we get to decide what the opening price for everyone else is post hatch, and how long the tokens will be locked. So this is kind of the good side, right? Oh, we get to say how much everyone here is paying 1 wrapped X DAI for 1 token, and we get to decide what the price is after that. And we also get to decide how long our tokens will be locked, and that locking will create a price floor. And when the tokens freeze, the tokens that are frozen start to thaw, then there'll be that price floor will slowly drop. Now, of course, that doesn't mean the price will drop, but it means that because of the freeze, we had time to really cement the feelings of the community that, oh yes, the TEC is creating value and this economy is bootstrapped, and then we can release the floor and give ourselves some space. So that's one thing that's up. And then the next that just came out, I think it just got put out maybe 2 days ago, the bonding curve. So then we're actually going to get to design the bonding curve, choosing how much funding goes to the conviction voting pool, how much goes to the bonding curve, the entry and exit tributes, and then we'll run a simulation here, which will actually get to allow you to experience the bonding curve. What will it feel like when you buy and sell into the curve based on the parameters that you choose? And what happens if there's more or less money in the reserve? Well, we'll find out. So it's super cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about the token freeze one. You'll be able to drag these and actually just manipulate it on the chart. We've come a long way from the original dashboard. And of course, major praise goes to Marco and Mitch, who have been really leading that effort, along with Nugget and Lauren, who have been giving great feedback. And if you want to be part of it, Mount Manu is leading the user testing. Did anything I just said make any sense about the bonding curve? Probably not. Please help us. Tell us why it doesn't make sense, so that we can make it make sense for everyone who's participating. And then, hey, we can all start designing economies on our own, huh? And of course, what I showed was the design, but the real magic, a lot of the magic is happening in the back end, the Python work. Vitor has been leading the way here with a lot of, Sem really made the core, and Vitor's finishing the job, and YGG, of course, has been supporting with Magali, and Nuggin just took on the bonding curve work. So major praise to all you guys for the amazing Python backend. If you like to play in Python and you like the idea of designing economies, you can join us. As I said, we have a Tuesday sync session at 5 p.m. Europe time, and a 4-hour hack session in the evenings in Europe, like late evenings all the way to midnight, like 8 to midnight. And you can hack with us or just hang out and listen to music while we hack. It's lots of fun. And of course, I think we basically finalized the forum posts. And if you guys want to understand every single parameter, have parameter debates, all these posts are out there with really well documented about what each parameter means and how it will affect the system. Major praise goes to Nate for leading the effort there, and Lauren, Mitch, Nuggins, FD, Manu, all major contributors. And I'm going to also take on the Common Swarm. So there's lots of action in the Common Swarm. The big one is this NFT. It's so big, it can't fit on the slide. It's so exciting. So the top 10 hatchers, the top 10 the backers to the hatch will end up getting this as an NFT. So we just launched this website. Sam, Fabio, and Santi were really leading the effort. And Santi, what was the name of the artist? Can you remind me the name of the artist? Are you there? Oh.
I think it's he wanted to go he wanted like anonymity for this. So
wow.
But he's amazing. Yeah.
It's just a beautiful mix of like, it really nails the TEC, you know, it's like all this automation, but there's like a lot of organic pieces and parts. It's a beautiful piece of art, and the top contributors will end up scoring it. I'm sure it's going to be worth something afterwards. So if anyone contributes more than 6,400 Rapdex die right now, then you will actually end up with this NFT. So that's super cool. And of course, the real magic here is in the hatch. If you're using the hatch and you're like, hey, there's a typo here, or you know what, I don't get this piece, or for some reason it's not working when I click this thing. It's not, the link is broken. There's this awesome feedback form. Please give us feedback. Tell us your problems. We want to hear them, and we will fix them. And then every commons after this will be able to fork our code with that problem solved. Even if it's the last seconds of the hatch, it's really valuable to get some feedback from you. So you can even just tell us we're doing a good job. That would be nice. Yeah. And of course, EVM CRISPR, this is going to really pay off in the next, for the last. The EVM CRISPR allows DAOs to make it really easy to propose things and clear about what it is. So like when we, if we want to make some cool post-hatch changes, like for instance, some hatchers already lost their keys, and we as a DAO, we will be able to vote to actually burn their tokens and mint them new tokens and do a lot of complicated things all in one transaction if the DAO approves it. And that will only really be possible without like having to have a dev be like some rock star Aragon expert with EVM CRISPR. EVM CRISPR makes it so that normal people can actually change the structure of the DAO, or at least a normal developer without special Aragon knowledge can actually change the structure of the DAO in a vote without it being so difficult. So it's really important library. And with that, we have 15 minutes left, a pretty long spotlight space. And I'm very excited to welcome Tarun to tell us about MultiSafe.
Hey everyone, this is Tarun here. Super excited to be here. Like I've been listening, and it's like great to be here. To be honest, like I love like all the things, and I think it's a great learning for us. In the future, maybe we'll become a DAO, and then like it's a lot of learning for us as well. So yeah, I'm happy to introduce today MultiSafe and then talk more about like how we are helping DAOs and crypto companies for managing their crypto treasuries. So maybe I'll share my screen.
Yes, please. Jump for it.
So my screen is visible, right?
Let's see. Sometimes Discord is funny. It's still loading for me.
Is that?
It's not sharing for me. It's just giving me the loading. Maybe just end the call and come back really quick. That usually fixes it.
It is showing right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, let me like introduce. So I'm Tarun, founder of MultiSafe. So basically, we are developing a powerful crypto treasury management solution for crypto companies and DAOs. And what we have seen is like over the past few years, we have seen like DAOs treasuries and specifically like crypto teams have grown their treasuries a lot, and then they are using like Gnosis Safe, and Gnosis Safe has grown like anything in the last few months. So basically, there are like more than $40 billion logged in Gnosis Safe, and what we believe is Gnosis Safe. We love Gnosis Safe. We are working with the team very closely, and but the Gnosis Safe UI itself is not built for a great, treasury management solution. It is a very generic, grade UI where you can do the where you can do the multi-sig payouts. But for building a great treasury management solution, there are like specific things we're working on so that like business operations for these DAOs and then companies should be very seamless. So like I'll start with like how you can really so we are built on top of Gnosis Safe. Just to understand this probably, it means like we are interacting with the Gnosis Safe Ethereum layer 1 contracts directly from our UI. So there is no need to have any extra trust. We're not writing our own smart contracts. We are just a sophisticated user experience layer on top of Gnosis Safe. But on the backend side, we have our own indexing layer so that when you are building like a great multi-sig solution, you need to like store off-chain signatures. For that, you really need to have some indexing layer in the backend so that you should know like which signer has signed at what time, right? And then sometimes you need to create like multiple transactions at a time rather than waiting for other signers. So for that, you definitely need a good backend solution. So we have developed our own, and then our backend system is really asynchronously syncing with the Gnosis backend. So basically, if you create any transaction on MultiSafe, it will reflect on Gnosis Safe as well. So that like the other maybe the first signer is on the Gnosis Safe and the second signer is on the MultiSafe, and they can like interoperably connect with each other. So for creating the account, you can just simply go to go to the create account button in the dashboard, and after that you'll just see this option. Like there are three options when you're creating an account. One is like individual, and then company or DAO. For individual or company, we're creating a Gnosis Safe multi-sig account, but the data, like whatever metadata you are putting in our system, is like end-to-end encrypted by default, and the encryption works in a way where like we are not going to see any of your data. It's like from your Ethereum private keys, we are creating like deterministic keys in the client side, and the encryption and decryption happens in the client side. But for DAOs, the data is sort of not encrypted because like DAOs believe in more open sort of system, and we have like collaborated with Boardroom as well, if you know. So Boardroom is like governance dashboard. So we have like a very tight integration with them. So our whatever the data which is available on MultiSafe can be easily seen for DAOs to Boardroom. So if you just choose DAO, you can just have the name, add your honors, and then after that you'll just choose the threshold as simply in Gnosis Safe, and then after that you can create the account. But a lot of these DAOs have already created the account on Gnosis Safe. So what we have this is like you can go to import section, and after clicking on the import, you can just authorize yourself. We're not dealing with any emails and all that stuff. It's a like simple Ethereum private key login system, and after that will detect automatically like all the safes which is being ever created from your MetaMask address or any externally owned account address. And after that you just choose, and the same process works like this. And then maybe now it's the time, maybe I'll show to the actual app like what are the different features we're giving. So basically this is the homepage of our sign up process. You can create or import existing safe, but for this demo I'll just log into any existing organization and I'll just authorize myself, and it'll populate the already created account. So you can see like your balances here and then all the portfolio history for the last 30 days and then the income and expenses and then the recent transaction and all the asset sections. But the interesting thing here is like how we are really dealing with the people management section. So if you go to people, you can see like you can create like different teams or department in your organization, and then you can and when you really want to pay to these departments, you can just do the mass payouts. So for example, if you are already maintaining any Excel sheet, what you can do is just go to import multiple and import this list and just do this. So basically there is a key difference in between like multiple teams. So let's say you don't know like in which token you really want to pay to this team. What you can do is you can just choose the currency USD, and then when you are doing the mass payout to this particular contributors team, you will be able to pay in any ERC20 token or Ethereum, and it will calculate on the runtime like worth of that particular token or ETH. And but sometimes there are, in case of Uniswap, so Uniswap has been using us for their past like 5 grants program. They have recently upvoted for the next grant committee, right? And then so for that you really need to know like how much tokens you really want to pay, right? And then for that you really can create like a team which is like the number of tokens are also defined. So let's say I want to pay to this contributors team in a single click. What I'll do is go to new transfer, mass payout, select the team, and you can see like you can select, you can runtime like change the values, right? So whatever I was saying, like let's say you want to pay in GTC, so it'll like calculate in real time like these many GTC will be there to do the transaction. And after that I'm not going to like create an on-chain transaction, it's on mainnet. So after creating like a new transaction, you can enter like definitely like the description. So what is the main difference between Gnosis and us is like, if you are familiar with the Gnosis Save, if let's say you have 7 signers, so all the 7 signers have like the data storage in the local storage of the browser, and then we are like literally using our backend with the indexing layer of Gnosis, so that the metadata, whatever you are putting, like the metadata should be like available to each and every owner irrespective of the device you are on. So you can enter the description, and then after that when you create the transaction, so all the owners will receive like a real-time notifications. So in this case, if you just initiated the transaction, it can say like Mozilla 1 initiated a transaction like this. But in case of a real DAO, so for example, this is the dashboard for Uniswap, and they have enabled the data sharing module, so that anyone can just see their grants committee, how they are paying to different contributors. And if you just go to notifications, you can see like the Ken has initiated this payment, Jesse has approved. So it's like a more of a collaboration tool, and you really know like what exactly is happening, right? So and after that if you just go to any of these transactions, you can see like all the description, and I'll love to show you some mass payout transactions so that like how it'll look like on chain. Maybe I can go here. So it's like the Uniswap wave 5 payment. So you can see like all the owners who has approved, initiated, and which are the owners who doesn't really have the decision. And then after that you can just go here. So they paid to 21 people, and you can see like it's a single on-chain atomic transaction. So we are using like multisend library for it, but Gnosis Safe contracts are developed in such a way so that like their smart contract can be interacted with any library or any contract, right, from the contract itself. So you don't need to have any middleware in between. So we are just interacting with the Gnosis contracts to the multisend, and you're not saving like time, you're saving a lot of gas fees here as well. It depends like how big is your bunch of people, but you're saving like a lot of gas fees. So and if you're doing like a multi-send transaction on Gnosis, you're not going to see like how much total you are paying. So this is like not a very good UX based solution, right? So yeah, this is like the transaction flow. one other feature we have, if you just go to, wait a sec, if you just go to transactions, so what we are doing is we're not locking our customers. So if you are ever doing any sort of transaction from MultiSafe, let's say you're interacting with ENS domains, right? So we'll be showing all the transactions here, irrespective if you are using MultiSafe or MultiSafe. Right now, like this particular account has all the transactions being done through MultiSafe. But if you have ever done any transaction to Gnosis, we'll just display like Gnosis here in terms of like incoming. And after that, you'll really export the transactions for the accounting purpose. So if you just see this, so you can see like outgoing, incoming, like complete details, which currency, what was the spent amount like in terms of US dollars, right? Who has initiated the transaction. So it's like a complete detail. So it really helps like some of the crypto companies to do the accounting, right? And then the other feature we have is like the spending limits. So sometimes like let's say you are like a company where you have like multiple signers and you want to do some smaller payments, right? You don't need to have like signature from all the signatories for every transaction. So what you can do is just add a beneficiary address. You can add any address here and then select the currency in which you want to have the spending limit, and you can create like reoccurring spending limit. It's not something on a centralized server, it is on the Gnosis contracts. So they have this spending limit module on top of their base contracts. So we're just interacting with them, and we are working on a feature where when this spending limit is being spent, all the original owners should be notified like why the spending limit or where the spending limit is. So it is very useful when you are allocating some budgets or maybe doing some sort of bidding for different teams. So yeah, so right now like we just started out as a payout solution and then directly interacting with the multisig, but we're working on very cool features like asset allocation strategies, where we are developing our own risk assessment framework combining the data off chain and on chain, including DeFi Score, DeFi Safety, and some risk modeling, on chain risk modeling companies like Credmark. So we'll be coming up with the risk sort of report for the asset allocation strategy, so that like the decision making process for DAOs or crypto companies should be very simple while deploying any assets, and why you should be deploying on idle finance and with respect to like earn finance. There should be a knowledge around that. So yeah, these are some of the things we are working. One more thing I would love to tell is like we are collaborated with Boardroom, as I mentioned. So this is like the compound grants treasury dashboard. You can see on Boardroom as well. It is powered by MultiSafe. You can see like all the people contributors here. So you just need to import your existing MultiSafe on MultiSafe, and just need to talk to, I think, Boardroom team for that. Like you will be easily onboarded to Boardroom as well. So in Boardroom you can manage governance, and all the people can really see like what exactly is happening for the treasury decisions. Yeah, I'd love to have questions.
Well, we only have time for probably one question. Does anyone want to strike up the courage and ask a question? If not, I have one. If we, because we have a lot of working groups, and maybe some of them want to share governance, would it be possible to have like multiple, like it's multi-safe, right? So can you have multiple working groups kind of, how would you imagine having multiple working groups sharing kind of a space?
Yeah, so for now, I think this is like the most requested feature for us. Like a single organization can have like multiple groups, but for now, obviously, you can just create like multiple accounts and import it. But we really want to, as like we're really looking for the feedback and how we should really develop that system. So we're available on our Discord, and maybe we'll discuss more on that. Like yeah, we'd be happy to develop that sort of thing.
Cool. No, it's great. It's good to hear that's on the roadmap. And thank you so much, Tarun, for the great call and a really cool project. Nate brought you on here because we're just now raising funds, and we're about to start, working as independent working groups that have to manage their own budget. So it's really nice to hear this as an option. I'm sure it inspired some people to really dive deeper and see if it'll work for our working groups. Thank you, everyone.